Welcome back to Chronicle. We're speaking with Douglas County Election Commissioner Brian Cruz today. He's going to be leaving his post after 10 years. And one thing he definitely brought to the office is transparency, especially when it comes to ballot integrity. And he took me on an exclusive tour.
We've never had a problem in Douglas County. We don't want a problem.
The Douglas County Election Commission is already well into vote mode. Walking us through the process, Commissioner Brian Cruz says two things are happening here. They're getting requests for ballots and getting in completed ballots. They come from the mail and from drop boxes. This one is emptied 3 times a day by a team of 2.
And so every drop box takes 2 keys and 2 people of differing parties to open.
2 people, also from differing political parties, do the same thing at the post office twice a day.
So it's not sitting on the truck all day.
Each drop box has a bag inside, which is sealed up and brought back to the main office, where that seal is cut and logged.
And then this seal will stay with these ballots. So then once you open this up, you can see what's in there. Some are fuller than others.
They separate the ballots in the yellow envelopes from the requests for ballots, the green cards. They're organized and put into trays corresponding with the Dropbox locations. Now here's where 2 different things are happening in the office. First, handling requests for ballots. Workers like Pat and Betsy verify signatures and new this election, the voter ID component, where people have to include a photocopy of or write down their state ID or driver's license information on the card. And if everything checks out, we go into a secure location.
So you have to have double authentication to get in here, swipe plus a PIN code.
A room full of machines, including some which process and print the ballots and the envelopes for the specific requests. But before they're sent out, humans, not machines, put everything together. Here, Mike and Maxine combine the blank ballot, an instruction sheet, a return envelope, and the outgoing envelope. And Cruz says using people for this consolidation is critical.
It's monotonous work, but it's very important.
And it's a lot of work. On that wall are early voting requests that have already been processed, 65,000 of them.
In Douglas County, we're pretty much 50% early voters now and 50% polling place folks.
As you can see, ballots are already coming back, and there is a strict process to protect the integrity of the vote. Remember those trays of ballot envelopes? Well, Betsy brings them into the secure room, where these machines slice open the envelopes and timestamp them. Then it's back to her desk for more verifying of signatures and voter ID info. If everything's good, the ballots go into another secure room.
There's certain rooms that you have to have a key card plus a PIN code. It's usually where there's live ballots.
Those ballots will go on these shelves where they wait to be counted. And inside this already secure room, there are even more safes.
This is where we keep the thumb drives for the counting machines.
You see, when votes are counted, the results go on thumb drives. This safe is for the drives before the votes are counted. These safes are for after the results are on them.
Because these safes are fireproof, or fire resistant, I should say.
And these are the machines that do all the counting. There are 9 of them, all from election systems and software.
These machines are never hooked to the internet or to each other.
Each machine can count 250 pieces of paper a minute. The military-grade thumb drives are in these locked compartments. After they get the votes, all 9 are put in an air-gapped computer, a standalone laptop that's never been hooked to the internet. It combines all the votes and burns the results onto a CD. That CD's then taken to the IT department where the results are pushed to the public. Each step of the process is closely watched.
So we always have 2 people of differing parties run the machines.
And they're not the only ones watching.
We've got security cameras in both corners that are recording everything.
They recently put in an enhanced high-def video surveillance system. 39 cameras alone inside the commission's building. 13 more at the county's drop boxes.
I mean, everywhere inside and outside's under surveillance. We do this for peace of mind, for, the public, for the voters, and also for our staff.
All right, continuing our conversation with Commissioner Cruz now. Thanks, by the way, so much for access for that report. I mean, why did you give us access to that?
Well, I think you can sum it up in one word: transparency.
Okay.
And when you have transparency, you know, that translates into confidence from the public. And
Right.
that was the name of the game, you know, the media. But this piece, we use this piece over and over. We showed this piece on tours. We had it on our website for a while. But it just really goes to show what happens behind the scenes.
Right.
And really the protections that we use.
And then one of the reasons we wanted to do the story was because we were getting a lot of people concerned about ballot integrity. And we said, okay, we'll do the story and show you exactly what happens with the ballot. What do you say to the people who still think that there's something fishy in the system?
You know, and there still are a few of those
Right.
out there. You know, again, you got to trust the process. And we've got two people of different parties.
Right.
The parties have observers. We have windows, you know, in the counting room. I mean, ultimately, at some point, it comes down to trusting the people that are working there, and trusting the processes and procedures that are in place. You know, I've told a few people over the years, if you go to the doctor, you trust the doctor. If he's going to take your appendix out, he's going to take your appendix out and not your liver. I mean, you know.
I hope you're right on that. Hey, I want to go back to 2016 now. That was your first election. It was the presidential primary. And we actually had a story that our reporter Alex Alisi did on the preparations for that election. Take a look.
A busy parking lot here means a busy election office as Douglas County residents make the last-minute rush to register to vote. For some, it's their first time.
Definitely excited to be in my first election.
For others, it's another chance to have their voice heard.
Because every vote counts, you know.
According to Election Commissioner Brian Cruz, voter registration is up.
We're actually predicting about a 23% voter turnout rate in Douglas County, and we feel good about that this year. It could be a little more than that. We're just not sure in this crazy election year. You never know what's going to happen.
There is another important deadline coming up.
Wednesday, May 4th at 4 p.m. is the last day to request a ballot by mail.
And this year, Douglas County has made it even easier to cast your mail ballot.
For this election cycle, we added 4 new drop boxes. The drop boxes are a great addition to Douglas County. We have 9 total drop boxes now, and the advantage is voters can put their ballots in there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at no postage cost.
If you miss the May 4th deadline, don't panic. You don't miss your chance to vote early.
Now, you can still continue to vote at our office in person until Monday, May 9th, the day before the election.
And first-time voter Brett Marshall has some advice to those on the fence about voting.
I tell them it's super easy. Go do it. It's definitely worth it. Doesn't take much of your time. Easy to do. In and out super quick.
Reporting in Omaha, Alex Alisi, KETV News Watch 7.
And that's the goal. So 2016, that was as you said, it was a crazy election year. You said that back 10 years ago. You remember it?
I do remember it. One, because it was my first election, you know, so the primary, I was just kind of getting my feet wet. I think if we remember correctly, there was a whole host of folks running, especially on the Republican side back then.
Yeah, we can show you who was running in the primary.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, there was a crowded field of Republicans. Mac, if we can go ahead and show the faces, people will remember Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, John Kasich, Indiana, you know, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio. I mean, these names. When I was researching this, I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, that was what everybody was watching. The Republican primary.
Absolutely it was. And I don't think if there was any foregone conclusions who was going to win that, you know.
Right.
I mean, obviously, as you got farther and farther down the line.
Right.
But that was driving voter turnout,
Right.
you know.
On the Democratic side, it was Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. And yeah, there wasn't a huge, you know, I mean, it was closer than some people thought. I mean, because there's 8 or 12% percentage points, but
right.
It was going to be Hillary Clinton. And then we moved to the general election.
Yes.
And that's when things really ramped up. And people may not remember that Clinton won.
Well, that's right, in Douglas County. And you also have to remember That was Congressman Bacon's first election.
Right, he-
Running against Brad Ashford, who was
Right.
the incumbent who had defeated Lee Terry 2 years before. So all of those factors, drove voter turnout. We had old machines back then.
Sure.
And we had the pleasure of staying up until 5:30 a.m. to get all of our ballots counted.
Really? 5:30?
5:30. We unfortunately I decided to take 2 of the machines out. Not that there was a problem; they were jamming.
Okay.
And I didn't want to take any risk at all. And I said, we're not going to sacrifice speed for time. You know, if it takes 24 hours, it takes 24 hours.
Nice, I appreciate that. All right, up next, what kind of person should be the next Douglas County Election Commissioner? First, what are your thoughts on our election? Send an email to news@ketv.com. Love hearing from you, and we'll be right back.